Well,
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I have a FedEx outfit and I can walk right in with a box and people will open up doors for me and I can sit right down at a computer and someone will unlock it for me. Or I can get a job with your cleaning crew. And guess who has access to every room in the building? So while it may seem that internal isn't as a threat, and it's not as big a threat, I will admit that the attack vector is smaller. You have to be in the building or at least on the Wi-Fi to be able to attack those kinds of things. But at the same time, I think that you have to look at it as a, while it not be a high risk, when generally when we rate a risk, everything that is an internal, we drop by one. So instead of high, it's a medium, but it's still a medium. That leaves you all your criticals as highs. So we need to look at those things and say, yeah, those are important.
yeah, and I actually just want to dive in on there a little bit more. Absolutely, we try to be really careful and be really realistic with the how we rate threats and vulnerabilities. And certainly, if it is only internal exposure, it's typically less. And as Aaron had mentioned, we want to be aware of the overall risk posture. Certainly, an externally exposed application has greater threats and risks associated with it. Inside internal applications, what we found is less of an exposure, but typically much greater capabilities, access to sensitive data, ability to do more with that data, ability to perform more actions. So while the exposure may not be as great, the data that's exposed within the application and the capabilities to perform actions is typically much greater. And so um, be aware of your overall risk posture. Most cases, we find the internal applications do need to be reviewed pretty frequently because of those reasons I cited.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to say about Easy here is this support for questions and issues. This is one of the biggest things, especially when you're new to security, you're new to trying to fix these issues that you've never heard of. The ability in our system for that ticket in your ticketing system, for a developer that got assigned to it to say, I don't understand. What does this mean?